today I'm going to cover a bit about AI agents and the future of AI agents, like where we are heading when we talk about AI in general. We'll talk about agents in a little bit, but get started with AI. So this is a brief about me. Have experience, throughout corporates, ventures, startups, academia, and so on and so forth. Now, that's not the most important thing. We're going to talk about agents, right? And before that, I know most of you are coming from academics, right? Universities, the colleges, and etc., right? And I don't want to go really technical in this entire workshop or whatever we call it. But just to tell you that AI is not a new technology, as most of you have probably heard. It's not at all a new technology. This has evolved, and the terminologies have changed, the names have changed. If you look at here on the left hand side on my screen, I have, a screenshot of a paper that's called back propagation paper. It's by the father of AI, as we have father of, different technologies, domains. We have, father of AI as well. One of the fathers, I will say, and he is nobody but the Nobel laureate Jeff Hinton, right? He got Nobel Award for you know uh, physics as well. That he something did way long back. But yeah, that's the paper that he has proposed or written this paper in 1986. And even before I go, right, in 1950 or late 50s, we had seen AI has evolved from 1950 to today. And the word AI was coined in 1950, around late 50, in a college in the United States named Dartmouth College. It's a Dartmouth conference where the word AI was coined by multiple AI researchers, as most of you are also researchers in your field. Similarly, these guys now they are really old, and that time, of course, they coined the word AI. Even if I go before that, right? If you go to World War time, there was a time when there was a scientist named Alan Turing, who is the father of AI in the beginning. Alan Turing has created a machine translation system called BOMB. If you search on Wikipedia the BOMB, you will find out it was used to translate German to English. He did it for British government because they were in war with Germany, right? And I'm talking about the times of Hitler. So you can find out those information if you go here and just write Bombi Alan Turing, and we're going to make it really interactive. You can see it over here. It's a code breaking machine that was designed by Alan Turing, using during World War II. So read about it so you get a bit of understanding that how the technology has evolved. It's not a new technology. We know it got all the hyped up due to Chat GPT, and we will go there. But it's a very, very old technology. Even 60, 70 years ago, we have seen this being evolved. So start from there, right? You can read about it. There are series on Netflix that you can go and watch it if you want to understand more about it. Now, I'll just go to the next slide, which is really important. That why do we really want to learn AI, or why should we learn AI? If that's the right question to ask. That it's not only about that AI is for technical people, but it's for all kind of people. Because it's a threat to humanity. That's what people are talking in countries like US and in continent like Europe. There have been discussions all around that AI will take over humans, in different ways. If you look at this particular slide, it has a couple of images over here, right? And if you look at our honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, right, he was in Paris AI Summit. There was an AI summit few months back in France, and he was there as a guest. Now imagine if somebody from government, right? These are world leaders, global leaders like Trump or Modi or whoever is going and participating in these kind of summit or this kind of technology first summit. It shows everything. Like government is really serious, right, about this. And that's why I think if government is serious, we all have to be serious about it, I believe, right? And that's the one thing that all the governments are globally looking at it. If you look at the left hand side, it has it's a photo of CEO of Nvidia, which create chips. They create hardware basically for different kind of softwares that we are use currently. Like it's all empowered by Nvidia chips, right? And they build different types of GPUs where we play games, right? We have GPU powered laptops, powered by NVIDIA, which can do heavy lifting on graphical processing, right? We play video games, we use Photoshop, we use Android Studio to build applications. These are all powered by some kind of chips. So NVIDIA is one of the pioneer when it comes to building hardware for AI ecosystem or AI as a whole. And this guy is the CEO of NVIDIA, also the founder. He used to sell, by the way, fish, and he used to clean dishwashers, and he used to clean bathrooms or washrooms, whatever you call it, years ago when NVIDIA was not a success. So has a very humble background. But if you read the quote here, it says the person who uses AI will take your job. So it's not about that if you can build AI, it's not the primary thing. You should know how to use AI. That's the most important thing, because see, not everybody will build AI agents or AI based tools, but you should at least have the literacy to know how to use AI. That's the most important thing. Okay, that all the CEOs or CXOs globally, they are talking about it. So that's why I think this kind of faculty development program is also really important for all of you to kind of understand different perspective from different speakers or people who have been building in this space. So we have seen the evolution. I'll go back to the evolution slide. In 1986 we started this back propagation algorithm, uh, or technique, which is really important. It's the backbone of something called deep learning, neural networks. The way we have neurons in our brain, we have AI uses some kind of artificial neural networks, which is artificial, which is not biological, but the fundamental is very similar in the nature how our brain functions. The same way, these neural networks also functions on some extent. Now, if you look at the right hand side, we have you know uh, some numbers here which says models. This screenshot is taken from a community called Hugging Face. Now, Hugging Face is nothing but it's an open source focused community, right? Community is very important. Like in all of our life, or when we used to go to colleges and universities, we have different clubs, communities, right? And similarly, we have something called Hugging Face, which is a community of AI ecosystem developers, researchers, and so on and so forth. If you look at the number of models, while I am presenting today, we have more than 18 lakhs models available that we can use to build some kind of AI tools. And these are open source, so anybody can go and take these AI models. These are nothing but some learned, you know, uh, functions or weights or whatever you call it. These models have learned on top of data that we have fed. We can feed different types of data, like we can feed healthcare data, we can feed your courses, curriculums, and it can learn from that, and it can create different types of, it can generate different types of insights. You can build a chatbot and so on and so forth. So it started from that particular paper, and now today we have 18 lakhs model available, in the AI ecosystem. So anybody can build an AI, can build an AI tool or an AI product. Let's say somebody is sitting somewhere in a very remote area, like let's say in northeastern state of our country, or somebody is from very remote villages in Bihar or Uttar Pradesh. They can also build AI products. It's for everybody. Everybody is in the game of AI. Trust me, nobody is left behind. We just have to upskill ourselves. I'll take a pause here and I'll show you something cool before I go into the more slides. Okay. Uh, Let me just go to here. There is a tool called Suno. I don't know if you guys have heard about it. Suno is an AI product where you can create music. You can create different kind of vocals, music, etc. If you look at here on create, and it's free to use, they have some free credits. You have to go to suno.com, and it's an AI agent that basically generates music for you. Okay, here you can just come and you know write whatever you want to write over here. Like let's say create a music which is a mix of folk and I'll say Sufi, and you can just do, or let's say also add rap, right? Rap. And you can find out some inspiration over here if you want to generate. I'm just showing you a quick demo of what agents can really do in today's world, right? If you can click on create, it will start creating. You can see it creates two audio for you. You can see it's creating. So we are giving just text to create music. And Google has already launched a model called VO3, which is not available in India right now, which is available in North America and other part of the world, where you can create videos also. So let's say if you create music here and you create video there, you can also create music over there also. But then you can combine this music videos to create short movies. You can create advertisements and you can sell it, to your target audience. So that's what I said in the beginning. It's for everybody is in the game. If you want to make money, you can make a hell lot of money. In the AI space, there is no limit. So it's all about how do you learn and perceive what you want to build. So if I play this, so you can see that it's a simple music that we created, and there are other musics I have created previously. And I have created, if you go to my YouTube channel, you'll find out I have created a short, video on Operation Sindoor, right? So using combining AI agents, videos and images. So this is the potential that you see in the music industry that we can create a lot of music. And I will show you different examples, different tools. We'll use it throughout this next hour or two. So let me just go back here, go back to the slides. Now I'll just show you some key stats and industry trends. If you look at the VC funding, right, it's very important to see a lot of money has been pumped. There is a lot of money, as I said, in the AI space. If you go to any investors, okay, currently, and if you say that you are building a product or a solution or a tool, whatever, any kind of offerings in the AI space, there is a lot of money from VCs also, venture capitalists who are investing, in AI companies. So there's an accelerator in United States called YC, Y Combinator. 90% of their startup that they have selected, it's all AI agent based startup. Okay, so you can see there are a lot of funding also available. If some of you want to do a venture, you can probably try it out right in that space. There's a lot of research publications. If you look at last 5 years, there are a lot of research publication. I also have 2 or 3 peer-reviewed, publications in Nature and Frontiers and so on and so forth will be published. There's a lot of papers that the researchers are publishing, and of course that's really good for the overall ecosystem because people will find a new way, to solve the challenges in the AI industry. So AI also has a lot of problems, right? So those researches are really important. Now, according to a report from companies like Gartner and McKinsey's of the world, anywhere between 60 to 80% of the companies globally, they want to build AI solutions. They want to use AI for their clients. Okay. If any company today, in the IT industry or any industry in general, if they are not using AI or if they are not building using AI, the investors are not, probably interested to give them money, further money, or the clients are not ready. Everybody wants to adopt, everyone wants to use AI, and that's start from individual to companies. So there are reports going on now. Some numbers. I'm talking about Indian startups. There are more than 200 startups in India, AI startups that have been founded in last 12 to 24 months, like last 1 or 2 years. So a lot of startups that have been founded, and of course, we are also part of such ecosystem. And the more we use AI, of course, there are threats. I'm not going to go that part of the controversial thing on why AI is also a threat. Of course, it's a threat. Anybody can build, let's say, a bomb, right? Using AI sitting somewhere and use it, and they can build systems which can hack other systems, right? Using AI algorithms or models. So I'm not going into the threat part of it, but I'll only talk more about how it's benefiting us. So more we use AI, the productivity gain. Like let's say it says here in early adopter organizations productivity gain. I'll show you how the productivity can get increased. Let's say you know uh, some of you working and you are taking your class and your professor comes up or your senior comes up and says, I need a slide deck from you on a topic, and let's use chat gpt to see how we can use it. So I will go from chat gpt and I'll combine a tool called gamma to show you how it's possible. So I'm going to say, I have a meeting with my senior professor on topic, let's say, quantum physics. Can you help me create a 5 page slides content? And I asked ChatGPT, I'm creating content and I'm not, doing anything. I'm not writing by myself. I'm not copying it. And it gives me slide, and I'll show you how we can get, a PPT out of it. Okay, using combining couple of tools. You can see I have asked this question. It says absolutely my name, concise, blah blah blah, and it gives me that 5 deck. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna copy this, and I go to tools like Gamma or Tome or Slides AI. These are all PPT generated tools, and I'm gonna click on Create New. When you go to Gamma.app, it also has free versions. So if you want to try it out, you can try it out freely. So let's click on Paste in Text, and I'm gonna paste in text here, and let me just get rid of this. You can just edit it. I'm only going to keep the slide content. And you can see I have my slide content here. If you want to edit, you can edit it, but just to show you demo, I'm not editing anything. You can bring your own perspective. Okay, you can do deep research. You can see they have tools like run deep research or search the web. It can also make it better. Let's say if you're not happy with this slide content, you can just do search the web to bring some external perspective into your deck. But just to show you demo how it works, let's say I go into preserve this exact text. You can also make it shorter. You can summarize it if you want, but I'm just going to click on preserve this exact text, configuring your prompt. If I go here, you can see this brings up, all my slide cards. Like this is how it will look like. And I preserved it, and let's just click on continue. When I click on continue, it's gonna show me a lot of themes. Let's go with the default theme. There's a lot of themes, color palettes that you can choose if you want to create a good PPT. Now you can go through these things. I just click on generate. When I click on generate, it takes all the content that is given to it, and it's going to basically create a PowerPoint presentation. And this entire process took me not more than 5 minutes, I will say. I think it took just 2-3 minutes to kind of go through it, to at least get a bare bone draft of my PowerPoint presentation. I don't have to rely on my graphics team or my people who understand how to create decks. As I said, everybody is in this, guys, right? Anyone who haven't done anything in the past. Let's say if I want to upskill myself on Japanese language, I don't have to go to a Japanese tutor anymore. ChatGPT is my Japanese tutor. I can use Gemini or Claude. That will become my Japanese tutor. And I don't have to pay, heavy money to those Japanese tutor or anybody. So you should know how to use this tool. That's what I'm trying to show. You can see I've created a very good PPT about quantum physics. Over here, I can, of course, make some change. I can make some edits and change it completely, the photos and whatnot. And you can just export it here if you want to export. You can export to PDF and PowerPoint. So far we have combined a few tools. We generated music, we created PowerPoint presentations, but I'll go back as we have to go through types of agents and building agents and whatnot. But yeah, if you look at the adoption across sectors, as I said, AI in enterprise, in the companies, because as a professor, as a teacher, educator, you have to inspire the people you are teaching, the students, right? That they go and get the right kind of job or they do the right kind of business, right? So most of the industries are already, using AI. The most used industry or the domain, I will say, is the software development, the IT industry where companies develop softwares, because AI can generate really good code and stuff. So for example, you want to build a mobile application, or you want to build a e-commerce site. Let's say you want to sell your courses and you don't want to pay to course aggregator like Udemy, Coursera, any kind of commissions. You can build your own using AI and start selling the courses. So these are some of the industries where we have seen adoption. Now coming back to the question that what are AI agents? Because we saw some demos, we saw the evolution, of AI. So it's pretty simple. What an agent does. Okay, if I compare with agents with, like, let's say 5 or 10 years back of how we used to use AI tools or system, agent basically operate, with its own autonomy. It has a goal to achieve. Okay, let's say I want to use an agent that will generate a PPT. So the goal to that agent becomes to generate PPT. That's what an agent does. It basically automates your entire process. It's autonomous in a way. It does not require any human, intervention once it gets started until it ends. Of course, in the beginning, you have to set some instructions. You have to give some kind of tasks and specify goals and whatnot. But in the future, where we are heading, we don't even have to do that. Okay, agents will be able to figure out based on our patterns, behavior, our surroundings, etc. And that's where we are heading. But this is what an AI agent does. If you look at it, Traditional AI systems were very different. Those were basically expert systems, or those were basically rule-based systems where we have to tell them, this is the data pattern, look at it, and then generate some kind of output or create some kind of output. And those outputs were not generative; those were mainly predictive and classification kind of a thing, right? So those were the traditional AI systems. But now we have generative output coming up, where you can generate text, you can generate music, video, audio, molecules, DNA, etc., all using AI agents. So agent basically, it takes your tasks, it divide that task or decompose the complex tasks in smaller tasks, subtasks, and it has its own autonomy and initiatives, and it has to achieve a goal. That's what an AI agent does. Okay, in a very layman terms, if I go now, these are some of the notable examples that how AI agents kind of got all the hype, because the chat gpt in the beginning was not agent. Now it has agentic capabilities, it has AI agents in the backend, different types of tools that they use. And I will tell you that what are the core components of building an AI agent. But we saw the rise in AI agent using these tools, or these tools come, when these tools come in the ecosystem. We have Manas. It's an AI agent it's a general AI agent that can do anything. It can do deep research, it can do web research, so on and so forth. We have a Replit agent that basically builds anything you want to build. It can build mobile application just from your idea or a text prompt. It can build web applications and whatnot. We have Divine. You can see it says the AI software engineer. You don't have to pay to software engineers anymore. You can use these tools. But don't take these things as seriously as I'm saying, because these things are good for proof of concepts, POC kind of a thing. You can't really go into scaling this to, let's say, million of people. For example, let's say Netflix, for example, we all watch Netflix or Amazon Prime or Hotstar. You cannot use an AI agent to build a Netflix kind of a system in production, because there's a lot of engineering behind it. You can build something which is a starting point, and that's what I'm going to show. So, for example, if you come here, right, let me show you an example right away. You can see this is Replit agent, this is Lovable. Let's say I want to build something cool here, right? Using a tool called Lovable. Lovable.dev is the URL. It's free to use. You can build cool stuff with Lovable. And let's say I want to build something. Let's build uh, a blog site where I can write blogs and also sell my courses online. And I just hit something that I'm showing you quickly. You can see it started spinning a preview. I just given a one-line text, and let's see what it builds. Okay, you can see it says, I'm excited to help you build a blog site with course sales functionality. This sounds like a fantastic project that combines content creation with e-commerce. It will take a few minutes, to kind of build this. You can see it's building something. We'll go back to other tools. Let's keep on spinning few things. This is something called Agent GPT. This I will give this URL, or if you can see the URL, please hit the URL. Otherwise, I can also drop that in chat if some of you want. Now, here you can do a lot of things. Let's say I want to create I want to do research on some topic, or I want to create a travel itineraries for me, or I want to create a study plan for history, right? About world. Let's click on this and see what happens. So when I click on this, you can see it says thinking. Task has been, you can see decomposed task had been, you know, uh, divided into smaller subtasks. You can see one task, multiple tasks have been added. You can see it has broken down this entire tasks, and you can see it's executing, generating response, finished, executing each task's agent. So there are multiple agents who are working. Let's say I have 5 tasks, I will have 5 agents in general, right, to create those output for 5 different tasks. And in the end, there will be a final agent that will combine it. So there can be a single agent and there can be multiple agent. I will cover that in a little bit. But as you can see, this is also creating, this is also, Lovable is also creating. Let's go back to slides and come back when these things are done. So I'll go to the next. I will I will talk about agentic AI a little bit. I don't want to go really technical top here in this program. See, there is a difference between when we say AI agents and agentic AI. Okay, agentic AI is the next wave coming. Okay, AI agent still follows your set of instructions. It still follows your task, specific goals. It does not take complete autonomy on what they want to do. That's called AI agents. But agentic AI has complete autonomy. You can see it says operates independently with minimal human supervision. It does not require human supervision. Okay, it can understand from your pattern. Let's say I'm using my mobile phone, I my laptop, and if agent has these agentic tools or agentic tools have access to those data, they can automatically start, creating reports for me, can start scheduling meetings for me, looking at my calendars, start sending email, so those things, it takes complete autonomy to do it. Then it's goal seeking adaptability. It can automatically adapt. Like, let's say if it's completely making mistakes, it can learn from itself that I'm making mistakes. I have to keep doing better and better based on environment, surroundings, feedbacks. So this is what agentic AI is, which is a bit different than AI agents. AI agent still follows more instructions from human. They have set tasks, goals, defined rules, etc. But agentic AI is the future where it has complete autonomy to do stuff. I'll go to the next. You can see the type of AI agent. As I said, I will start with this first. Single agent versus multiple agent. Single agent is only one agent. Like, for example, if I ask ChatGPT to create a slide, you can see this might be powered by a single agent. He just took this text and created set of 5 slides content for me. This is single agents. Now there are multiple agents, multi-agents. Multi-agents are basically, you can see, multiple cooperating agents, specialized roles and expertise and parallel processing capabilities. So if I go back, not this one, excuse me, I'll go through this. And you can see this has been created. I'll show you this. Okay, I can summarize this also. These limits have exceeded, but this is fine. I'll show you this one. Let's say we have created this block site. Okay, I'll just open this. When I open it, you can find out this uh, site that we created using Lovable, which is an AI agent. You can see we have very good landing page over here. It talks about latest insight. These are nothing but these are the blogs which you will write. You can write this blog, of course, through a content management system, CMS like Strapi or something in the backend, or you write programmatically also. You can keep updating it, but that's beyond the scope of this program, right? You can view all posts, popular courses that you are selling. You have your own course, your prices. We can also add Stripe payment or Razorpay payment or any kind of UPI through such payment gateways, just using Lovable. You can see blogs, courses, etc. You can find out our courses here. You can sell multiple courses. We have our blogs where we're writing blogs. So these are multiple agents. One will create blogs, one will create courses, one will create entire landing page, so on and so forth. So you can see how quickly we created a landing page kind of. It's not a functional thing, of course, but a landing page. Okay. Now, but imagine if you have to create similar stuff, you have to pay at least 5 to 10,000 rupees, right, to web developers or web designers. You can just do that in free. And if you can put a bit more effort, you can just ask to add Stripe, payment here. You can see it says connect Supabase. Let's say if you want to add a database, into this, you can just click on this. It automatically connects to your database. It will create automatically and it will add databases here. So anybody who wants to get it, the email address will come to this database and you can find out later. So as I said, right, currently there is a AI wealth gap. Okay, most of the people are afraid. They think that I have left behind. I don't know how to get started. You just have to figure out these tools. Go and use ChatGPT as the operating system, and it will create an end-to-end plan for your ideas, business, whatever you want to do. Right. So you can see this is what we did. This was a single agent versus multiple agent. Then there is task specific versus general purpose. Pretty much self-explanatory, right? General purpose means the agent can do anything. So ChatGPT is a general purpose agent tool, right? It can do anything. It can create emails, response. It can create images. It can create, it's a chatbot. It can do research, so on and so forth. Now, task specific means a single domain which has capability for a single thing. Like, let's say it can create radiology report for uh, ultrasonography, USG, right? Scans, or it can generate history based article because it has only learned history. So the task is specific. It can only do one task, right? And general purpose means it can do everything. Okay, most of the things I will say. Then there are, this is a bit complex technical thing, but there are reactive versus proactive agents. Uh, we'll not talk about reactive agent. We'll talk about proactive agents, which has goal. It does the planning and it acts. Very simple. If you could see this agent GPT, it has did this completely breakdown of task and stated, generated response, so on and so forth. Right. So I'll just come back here on the slides. What tasks can agent do? I mean, they can do almost everything, right? They can automate workflows. They can do research and summarizations. They can generate content. They can write code for you. They can become an interactive assistant, like just like Chat GPT. Also, right? It's become an assistant for all of us, and it can also help you in decision support. We are taking decision supports in healthcare. Where these are also helping you know it acting like a doctor, right? My mother had a report that she wanted to visit a doctor. Of course she visited the doctor later, but immediately she put it into Chat GPT to find out a second opinion kind of a thing. So we can take second opinion using these AI agents, but don't completely rely if it's really a risky thing. But yeah, we have been saying that there are things which will get replaced. Okay, we might see that in future. As you can see, applications across different domains. In healthcare, we have medical note taking, automatically based on what we are discussing with a doctor, it automatically creates a report out of it. And it also helps you, diagnosis support. So based on the symptoms, it creates a complete diagnosis plan, medications, what to do, what not to do, and also treatment planning, as I said. Education, I think EdTech is one of the biggest, you know, uh, I'll say I'll say that they'll get the most of the benefit, because earlier we people used to struggle a lot to find out the right resources to learn or do study or do research. I think it also really helps in that part. AI is becoming AI tutors, where companies like Khan Academy and other PW, they're creating digital avatars or AI tutors which have a human like a persona or a teacher like persona. They created using tools like, let's say if you want to create it, right, you can just go on DID and create it like that. Go to DID, you can see it's a visual AI agent. Create visual AI agent to engage your audience. Let's say you want to build these kind of, you can see this is a anchor, right? It's an anchor for a new channel or something. You can build an AI tutor. That AI tutor might be an expert in history, physics, geography, chemistry, and whatnot. You can build using DID, or there are a lot of other tools that you can use to build it. Okay, so you can probably look at that later. Now we have content creation. As I shown you how to create a deck, you can create syllabus, curriculum, exam questions. I have heard this from my friends that professors in MIT and all, they take help of this uh, AI based tools to of course set some questions, I'm not saying, also solve questions using it. But it's a difference of opinion is there. Of course there is a lot of difference of opinions. Professors in India like HC Verma, right, a very famous physicist, physics professor, who said that AI cannot solve his questions, and I believe that because he's one of the most he's the person who has the most difficult questions. But yeah, in education we have seen a lot of advantage. We have seen healthcare, legal, business operations, every industry. To talk about any industry, AI agents are taking over. Like they're doing job, they're automating, they're making people more efficient at their job. Right. Now, question is how to build an agent, because we talked about a lot on, let's say, agent, and we are seeing agentic tool. Like you can see, these are all AI agents tool. Let's say I just click on a book scanner and I'll just click on this to show you. This keep on running few stuffs here. But let's say, how do we build an AI agent? If you want to build an AI agent, how can you build it? So there are two ways to build AI agents if you want to build it on your own, and I will show you live. Okay. One is by building through programming. If you know how to write programs or write code, you can do that. I believe, and not a lot of people wants to do that. And I completely agree on why they don't want to do it, because there should not be a digital divide or an AI divide that only programmers can build AI agents. No, anybody should build AI agent, right? That should be the agenda. And that comes into no code or low code type of tools where you can just do drag and drop and build AI agents. Okay, and we'll see that today. Okay, now to build an AI agent, okay, these are things which are required. Okay, as I said, an AI agent has three fundamental things. Okay, here you see six, but the only three things which are important. An AI agent should have an AI model that should be, let's say, a large language model or a vision language model, or if I say it in a more generic way, a multimodal model. Okay. Large language model is good for text generation, where they can take text input and generate text output. That's called LLM. Okay. But there are vision also. Let's say I upload an image. Okay, and I wanted to give me a caption or a post or a LinkedIn post about that image. That LLM cannot do it. You need a model that understand images, right? Frames, because it's all pixel values in the end. And that's called multimodal model, which has different modalities. It can understand images, it can understand text, it can understand videos, right? That's what LLM is. Like ChatGPT can do it. If you upload an image, it understands. So LLM is the building block of an AI agent. You need the minimal thing that you need is a large language model, but you can also take multimodal model depending on what kind of agents you want to build. The next thing is tools. Like let's say, see, LLM has its own limitations because I have built a model. The model will be trained on some kind of data sets. Outside the data set, it might not fetch information. Like let's say, in IITs or Anurag University or wherever, some universities, okay, in India, they have their own curriculum which is 5 months old. LLM cannot, understand anything about that 5 months old curriculum because that 5 months old curriculum or syllabus or whatever have not been part of the training data for this AI model or the LLM. So for that, we need tools. Tools are nothing but they are connectors. Like how we connect our phone charger to our mobile to charge our phone. Let's say if this phone is an AI agent, right? You need a connector, to connect with external data sources, right? Or external information. That's what tool does. So these two are most important. You need LLM or kind of an AI model, or you need a tool as well, to empower the agent. The next important thing is memory. Because see, if people are saying that AI agents will take over humans are I'll say the most smart species on the planet, right? We are the smartest of all. We are the mammals, the smartest mammal. But if anyone is coming and saying AI agent will take over, just because memory is a key thing. As human, we have a very sharp memory. Like we remember things like it happened years ago. So memory is very important. These memories are artificial memory. But just to give you a bit of more technical nuance here, memory is nothing but a database. Okay, for agent, memory will always be a database. Now, this database can vary into different parts. It can be a vector database that I will not talk about in this session, which is very technical. Let's say it's a normal database like a SQL or a SQL database, or it's just a file also where we are keep on adding my questions answer that I'm asking agent. It can be a simple txt file or a whatever file. So memory is very important. Okay, so three things you have to remember that an agent requires is LLM, tools, and memory. Everything else we can figure out later, but these things, without these three things, we can't build it. Okay, see, we can build using LLM and memory, but it will not be a very powerful agent. Okay, but tools are required to build powerful agents. So memories are also of two types. Memories are short-term memory and long-term memory. Okay, you would have seen that movie Gajini, right? Amir Khan, where he had a short-term memory issues or something. So agents also have such issues where they keep on forgetting what we are talking to them, or even ChatGPT does it sometime, right? If you ask, it completely forgets. Okay, then you have to remind him that boss, I told you 2 days ago and you forget now. So agent also have this issue. And trust me, the day we crack this problem of compatibility of long-term memory. Long-term memory is, let's say there is an AI agent or a product or a tool or a chatbot, whatever, that can remember 10 years of long journey. That day we can say that AI agents will take over. At some extent, it still can't take over, but at some extent it can do most of the job, 90% of the job what a human does. Okay, so, or a human do, I'll say. So long-term memory, keep these terms very important. Even if you are doing research, or if you're preparing for something, if you want to do research, do that in these areas: long-term memory, how to create better memory for agents, right? So these three things. Goal is, of course, the primary thing, where you have to have some task or objective. So goal is there. See, you cannot get a successful output from agent like in the beginning. There might be a scenario where agent also breaks down, right? Where, as humans in general, like agent also fails, when they want to do something. So you have to keep on iterating it for better performances. And then once you have built it, you have to evaluate, or you have to deploy that so other people can use it, or it automatically runs it. And I will show you that in a little bit. If I go back to Replit and it's still moving, that's fine. You can see it has built something. We just built a book self scanner. You can see it says an AI powered book self analyzer that identify books from uploaded photo using computer vision. So you give an image, it automatically identifies it. Okay, you can see simple. You can just upload here. If you click on choose file, you have to open this in a browser. But yeah, this is how you can build anything you want to build, right? Using these tools. There are a lot of tools, music to web to applications, anything you want to. You can generate videos using Flow, VO3 models and whatnot. Let's go back to building agents pretty soon. Now we'll talk about a little bit more on the slides, and then we'll go some practical demo. Pros and cons of AI agents. As I said, right? It, AI in general is really risky. It has threat. It's really threatful, right? If you look at the current situation, there's war happening in Middle East, right? Israel is with Iran. You know, these companies now, or not said this, these countries now, right? They have so much of technology. Like Israel, for example, Israel has its technology so advanced that they can use AI to kind of make a nuclear, perform a nuclear test or use a ballistic missile through just AI tools. They can do that. They have such algorithms, and they use AI to make these things better. So, of course, it's a threat. It's a threat to national security if I talk about those threats. But I'll not go that deep. We'll see that once we evolve more. But if we talk about some surface level threat, see LLMs, the models like let's say Chat GPT, which is powered on LLMs, GPT-4 or GPT 4.1 or O3, whatever. See, they hallucinate a lot. Hallucination is one of the most common cons or challenges of LLM or the new era of AI models, which are generative in nature, the generative model that can generate things. Hallucination is the biggest problem. They will give you an output which will look correct or factual, but they are not factual. They are wrong in nature. Okay, and that's the biggest problem: hallucination, lack of explainability. If some of you are who have worked in the field of machine learning or data science previously, see, it's easier to explain a statistical model because they have like let's say talk about regression, linear regression. It's very easy to explain that how the output has derived, how the linear regression or the model have predicted a value, because it has set of features, variables. It looks at the patterns, the weights and biases, and explains it. So explaining is important, because let's say if I give an AI an MRI scan or a CT scan for breast cancer to an AI model, and it says it's tumorous or non-tumorous, benign or malignant. It will just say benign or malignant, but can it explain that why did the model say that this is a benign or malignant tumor? There should be some kind of metrics, right, to find out. So explainability is a very big concern when it comes to building new era or new world of AI agents or AI tools. So that is a big thing. And I said security concerns. There's a lot of security concerns. Like one, I'll give you a couple of examples. There is a company in UK. If I show you here, it's called DPD. Let me open DPD chatbot. Okay. Uh, yeah, let's see this example. There is a company in UK. It's a logistic company. Just like in India, we have Blue Dart and we have eCart and these companies, okay, delivery and so on and so forth. There's a company in UK called DPD. DPD has built a chatbot that started swearing at their customer. He started abusing it. He started cracking jokes, vulgar jokes, or he started talking bad about DPD, the company itself, because it went rogue, right? It went out of control. Okay, and you can read about it. It became a big thing. And the same thing happens with Air Canada. Yeah. Air Canada has built a chatbot. Again, you can see it's available on BBC itself. It says airline held liable for its chatbot giving passengers bad advice. What this means for travelers. Why I'm showing you this example, and this was a funny case. The chatbot says to a passenger that he or she will, I forgot whether he or she, so he or she will get a discount for the ticket. And the chatbot said through some policies that didn't exist. The policy didn't exist in the policy document of Air Canada, but it hallucinated. So it's a big risk. There are a lot of examples. Okay, so there are concerns. There are a lot of concerns: hallucinations, explainability, security concerns, so on and so forth. But there are benefits also. So benefits are like it making us more efficient. We don't have to spend a lot of time. Okay, as I said, productivity. How do we measure productivity depending on the use cases or problem statement that we are solving? Autonomy, right? It can do things for myself. Okay. Like I can just ask it to send email every day. It will automatically send it. So it takes complete autonomy or self-directed operations, as you can see, to do it. It's scalable as well. We can scale things, right? We can build businesses. We can create an AI wealth. Building these two, people are making a lot of money, through these businesses and so on and so forth. So there are pros and cons of AI agents, as I said. Future of agentic AI, very, very important thing for you, for all of you to understand that where we are heading. Uh, See, right now we just started. I think we have just started. And we have to go to something called AGI that will probably touch a little bit, but we have just started with task specific agents, where we are giving them some task and they are executing it. But in near term, in next 1 year, we'll have autonomous agent that will do everything by his own. They don't need, human intervention, human supervision. Okay, they will do it. In midterm, we'll have digital humans. Like China is already doing it, right? They have dark factory where they have built agent powered robots of physical AI, we call it. Nvidia is calling it physical AI. That's where the future is heading, where we'll have robots, persona based avatars or digital humans, where they can, do a lot of things. Okay. And they can take our voice, they can take our, characteristics, they can take our own personality, and they can, talk on our behalf. Okay, this one you can use DID, you can use 11 labs, you can use these tools to build it. See, in long term, we'll have long term contribution to AGI development. Okay, that's where the goal of these bigger companies like Google and OpenAI and Nvidia, they're heading towards something called artificial general intelligence. Okay, where I'm not going to go into it because it's a 5 or 10 years down the line, which is not yet there. But that time, people say that AI will be so advanced, humans don't have to do any job. Okay. And we will be jobless, most of us. To be very, if we talk realistically, I don't know, but in that time, we'll have programs like UBI, Universal Basic Income, where government will give incentive, companies will pay us some basic income to survive. That's extreme. That's really extreme. So I don't want to create a FOMO here, but yeah, that's what it is. The AGI evolution where we want to head towards, right? Now, how academia can engage, right? That's a very important question. See, uh, academia plays a big role, and I think a lot of academics, a lot of universities in India, they're working with different agencies and departments in government. We have Vasani, where on the speech side, IIT Madras is doing a lot of good thing. We have India for India AI mission, where we have some budget allocated for universities, companies to do it. And you can find it out over here. A lot of things that, of course, research direction is important because a lot of you are researchers. You can work on cutting edge research area, agents, protocols, AGIs, memories, and so on and so forth. Curriculum design is very important because most of the universities in India, I'll be very honest, they have an outdated AI curriculum which doesn't work. It doesn't work in IT industry. That's why people are not getting jobs because they're not learning the right thing in the colleges, right? And there's nothing wrong. It's not targeted to any individual who have to do it. It's really on the depends on the leadership. Completely start from the education department to the downstream, right, to universities. So we have to teach them cutting edge things so they can just come out and start working. Of course, with minimal training, we are still teaching things, A star algorithms and all in the AI syllabus, which is probably completely outdated now. But yeah, creating more interdisciplinary courses, as I said, right, it's not only AI. We have to understand ethics of it, compliance, regulations, because different countries, let's say if some of you want to build an AI agents and sell it to an European company, you cannot sell it the way it sells in India, because Europe has its own EU Act and GDPR and all those acts or regulations that we have to comply with. So this is very important. We have to teach all of these things, right, on the from the academia side. Develop hands-on labs, for creating more COEs, right? Center of Excellence with AI startups or the AI companies can really help you in that. Design capstone project for the students. Work with the startup incubators, do hackathons, do workshops, over there. So this is important. So I'll not go too deep into it, but yeah, I'm gonna go into some live demos and how to build agents. I'll show you how we can build agent if you want to build yourself using no code tools. But if you really want to build programmatically, these are the libraries or frameworks. Like there is something called LangChain, that is a very early library in Python programming language. Using that, you can build agents, AI agents. There's AutoGen by Microsoft, where you can build, Microsoft-based, using Microsoft-based models and stuff on AutoGen or even normal. Crew AI is the simplest one. That's just few lines of code and you can build agents, right? So I will just go back and show you how you can build agent. As in the previously I said, right, there are two ways to build agents. One is to build agent through program, and the other is to build agent through no code tools where you don't have to write a single line of code. So there are few tools that I will show you. Okay, let me just remove this. One is called, let's say I go Gumloop. I open this. I'll open all these sites and we'll walk you through and then we'll build something. Then N8N, DeFi, and maybe Flowwise. Yeah. So see, there are different ways to build AI agents, and anybody can build it. Trust me, it's not rocket science. Even if you have never touched a programming language or you've never written a single line of code, also you will be able to build it. Now, what you do after building it, something where you have to spend time to learn from the people who have really done it, right? But you can get started. Okay, we have these no code tools like Flowwise. You can see this is one tool. You can just go to flowwiseai.com. Then there is something called defi.ai. You can see it says build production ready agentic AI solutions. Then we have N8N, one of my favorite, and I will show you today on N8N. On N8N, we are building these kind of visuals based tools, just connecting some components and we'll build agents. Then there is Gumloop. It says automate any workflow with AI, no coding required. All of these are free. Of course, it will require a bit of extra effort, if it's free to set it up. And I will probably guide you how to do it. Let's say we want to go ahead with N8N. Okay, and N8N, that's how we pronunciate this. Okay, it's completely open source. Now, what does open source means? That anybody can take this and build it and do whatever they want to do. They can make it commercial solution. They can use it as a research or whatever. But how do we do it? So let's click on get started. When you click on get started, you have to fill all these forms and all. But I'm not doing it. You have to do it. They give a 14 days free trial. So make sure that you log in, or if you want to do it right now also with me, it's fine. Keep trying it out. I just quickly fill this up and you will get something like this. Let me show you that. You will get something like this. This is what you will get. Okay, let me just save this for a while. This is what you will get. You will get something like this. Okay. Or if I think you will not also get this, you will get something like overview page. If I go to overview, this is what you will get. You can create on this create workflow, this button, or you can create here. Okay, plus icon. Right now I'm running this locally just to show you that for some technical people, if you are in audiences, if there are some technical people, you can also self-host in your own laptop. It's running in my own system here. You can see I have used something called Docker desktop. I'm using Docker here. It's a container technology. You can host these tools in locally. So how do we do it? Just go on, just search N8N Docker. That's it. You can open any website. This is fine. These two lines of thing that you have to do. Just run this two. And how do we run it? I'll show you. Let's say if you don't have Docker in your system, just search Docker. Go here on Docker. And you can see it will show download Docker desktop. Depending on what kind of operating system if you have Mac, take this one. If you have Windows, take this one. Depending on what kind of chip you have, Intel chips or AMD chips, whatever. Or if you're on Linux, take the last one. And just install it. This is how it looks like. That's it. Once you commit, you can just run this because it has a terminal also. So you can run it through terminal, or you can just get it. So for example, let me just go to show you here this. You can see this is what N8N is running. It runs here. You just have to run these two lines of thing. Okay. Let's say if you want to run it on terminal, just come here. If you have, once you have Docker installed like this, you can just come open a command line or a command terminal, whatever, and just run this. Okay. I'm not running it because I'm not going to run this because it's already running for me. You just run this line, this one, and then the next line. It will open automatically a local host 5678. This is if you are self-hosting it, if you are doing it in your own system. But if you prefer on cloud, just fill this information like I'm filling it. Let's say I can fill something. Let's say I fill it. If I have to fill it, I'll just, it seems like they have disabled the copy paste. Okay, I have to type it. Oh, that's strange. Yeah, I can just take something and it will ask me to verify emails and all. That might take a bit of time. Sonu demo account is already in use. Let's do something here. You can see start automating today. I'm just setting you because if some of you are doing it with me right now, you can just follow this. Okay, you can just answer something here quickly. It doesn't matter. Okay, just give anything you want. I'll just quickly go. They just collect this data so they can follow up with you later to sell their services. So you can just skip this. And you can see it says your workspace is starting up. Very simple. You don't have to like even need a degree for this, right? I mean, just go here and just keep. It takes a few minutes, but I'll keep on. I'll come here. Okay. So click on like let's say workflow. I just not this one. Let's create a new workflow. Yeah. So this is how you can just create on. You can see it says add first step. Okay. Now add first step. We will add it. Let's add it. Waiting for this. Okay, you can see start automating. Let's see what it says. I want to show you where you can also do it by yourself. You don't have to like go a bit technical into Docker and everything. Yeah, as you can see, let's do it here then probably, right? I will just show you a step by step, but I will run it here because then it will ask me to configure some APIs where I already have configured it. Now, if you see here, you can see this is how it will look like for first time. Okay, if you create your account on N10, it gives us 14 days free trial. After 14 days, because it's really powerful. After 14 days, it takes $25 per month, but you can build a lot of agents on this. Let's say I start from scratch. Let's click on start from scratch. And you can see it's going to open the same thing. The same thing that you see here, which is running locally in my system on local host port. But here, I'll just close all of this. It's consuming RAM. Yeah. Now, excuse me, it says add first step. Let's say we want to build a simple chat kind of a thing where I ask a question, an agent returns something, an answer for me, right? So what I'm going to do is click on add first step. When you click on add first step, you have to search chat and click on chat data. You can see it says trigger workflows on chat data. It's going to install. Okay, that's the problem. It's going to be a bit slow because I'm using it for the first time on the cloud. Run locally, it will be faster, but let it be. You can see this has been installed. So I'll just come here, or let's go with chat trigger. Yeah, chat trigger. Let's go with chat trigger, which is simpler. So what I did, I click on chat trigger. It says when chat message received. Okay. Now what does it mean? It's very similar thing. Like here I'm asking a question. Write an email. Write an email to my HOD. Okay, let's do this. This become a chat trigger. When I ask this question, this chat get triggered. That's what we are doing here, a chat trigger. Now you can see it has given me an output here, right? Chat GPT. But how can I get the same thing in my own agent that I am building? So let's click on plus icon. On the plus icon, you have to see this AI, or you can also search. You can see when you search AI, it automatically shows AI agent. But let's just remove it. By default, it's already there. When you click on this, let's click on this AI agent. And I'm just gonna click on this. You can see we have added an agent. Everything that you add by clicking on plus icon on N10 or any other tool which looks like this, is called node. So these are all node. This is one node. This is second node. Okay, NODE. Okay, these are all nodes. Now, if you look at agent, as I told you in our slides, if I go back to slides, what are the things we need? We need an LLM, we needed tools, and we needed memory. You will find out the same thing here. Where did it go? Okay, let me close all this. It's confusing me. Okay. Now you can see it has a chat model, which is nothing but an LLM, a memory, and a tool. These are the three things connecting to agent. So these are the AI agent connection. Let's click on chat model. So when I click on chat model, it automatically shows a lot of model, as you can see it over here. So these are all the models which are available to use. So Anthropic, it's a company name. They have their own Claude model. We have Azure OpenAI model. We have Amazon model. We have DeepSeek, which is a China model. We have a Google model, Gemini, Grok model. Google Gemini and Google Grok Chat, they also have free credits, free APIs to use. We need an LLM to use it. Let's say I use Grok. Let's say I have used Grok, but you can see it's all red right now. Why it is red? Because to use this model, I have to get an API key from Grok. So if I just write here and open Grok API key, it takes me here, Grok Cloud, and you can click on create API key. And it will give, you can see I already have created so many API keys right here. You need a key here. Let's say you get a key. So let's first add all the node. So I'm adding Grok chat model. Okay. Or let's say you want to delete this. So we delete it from here. We can check any other model. Let's say you want OpenAI model. You can click on OpenAI chat model. You can see it says get 100 free OpenAI credits. I don't know if I can get it right now, but it says, yeah, we got credit. That's cool. You can see it says claimed 100 free OpenAI API credits. Please note, these free credits are only for following models, which are the smaller models, not the best of the models. But that's it fine for this demo. Okay, I'll just select GPT-4o mini here. This is the model that I selected. You can also do it. You can get at least 100 free credits. So that is too much. I think you can build good stuff with 100 free credits. Let's say now you can see it's not red anymore. It's completely fine. So far we are good. Let's execute. Let's open this chat. When you click on open chat, I can ask a question. What is AI agent? When I ask this, if you have configured it correctly, it might run. If you haven't configured it correctly, it might throw an error. If you look, you can see it's running here right now. Our agent is working. You can see chat message has been received successfully. And you can see this is all green. Whenever it's all green, it means your node executed successfully. You can see node executed successfully. Now, if you see this output, what is AI agent? It says an AI agent is a software entity that uses AI techniques to perform specific tasks or solve problems autonomously or semi-autonomously. And the same thing I was telling you so far, right? It has autonomy, it has reasoning, decisions, learning, perception, so on and so forth. We can build chatbots, we can build all of these things. So far, I don't know if some of you are building with me, but it's really fun, right? It's easy to build. So far, if you see what we have done, we have an AI agent right over here. We have a chat message, we have an AI agent block, and we ask a question, but we got an answer. But you can say that, Sonu, why do I need this? I can just go on ChatGPT and ask the same question. What is AI agent? Of course you can do, but keep this in mind. This is not your tool. This is not your product. You don't own this. You own this. If you build this, it will be yours. Okay? And we'll build some other stuff here. We'll add tools also. Let's say I'll go to memory now. Okay, we have understood the model part. Let me just hide chat. When I do hide chat, so it looks a bit bigger. Okay. Now on this side, let me just come here. In the memory, we can add what is memory. I'll show you. When I click on memory, as I said, it's a database. Memory is a database for now. Okay. You can see there is a lot of options. Let's select simple memory. I click on simple memory and I just come here. And you can see add a memory. Now what memory can do, I'll show you. We have added a memory here. Let me just save this. You have to always save. That's why it was yellow. And let's open chat again. I'll refresh this. and you can see it's completely refreshed. I'm going to ask, uh, what is AI? Or let's say, who is the father of AI? I asked this question. You can see this is again running. Question have been, memory have been saved. It saved the memory. It says the title father of AI is often attributed to John McCarthy, a computer scientist. He is, I can see Dartmouth, right? I was talking about Dartmouth 1956. They coined the term with Alan Turing being the pioneer, so on and so forth, right? Now I'll ask, I'm not asking again that tell me more about AI agent. Let's see what if I just said tell, no, not sorry, AI. I'm not asking tell me more about father of AI. I'm just saying tell me more about it. What I want here, I want agent to automatically understand what I'm asking, because I'm not writing the word AI father here anymore, the father of AI in this question. What does this mean? So the agent should behave like in this flow. It should look at my previous questions and answer, which are these two. And for this new question, it should answer me on the similar lines. So let's see what happens. You can see. So we got the output, right? We got a very good output. It says, certainly, the development of AI has roots that trace back to several key figures and milestones. John McCarthy, blah, blah, blah. John McCarthy is there, Alan Turing is there, Marvin Minsky is there, a lot of other people are there, right? So what does this mean? We have given a memory ability to agent that basically remembers everything that I've asked previously. Okay. So this is a simple memory. There are a lot of memory itself is a big topic. Okay. I'm not going deep into that. So far what we have done, we have given our AI agent a capability. We have given a model. We have given a memory, but we haven't given any tool. Let's ask this a question. Maybe OpenAI has got information. What is Operation Sindoor? Let's ask this question. Yeah, you can see it's a hallucination. You can see it's a pure hallucination. If you see this, it went into 90, 80, 1990s, the Kuwait time when I think Saddam attacked Kuwait, right? Saddam Hussein, right? He attacked Kuwait. I think it went and Indians were, you would have seen that movie called Airlift, right? Akshay Kumar, where it shows the story of that particular attack by Saddam on Kuwait, and Indians were probably stuck there. So it's talking about that time, which is completely a hallucination. That's what hallucination means, right? It's giving you an answer. Let's say if you are not aware of Operation Sindoor, you will believe this answer. You'll say, okay, this is the right answer. So this is wrong, right? Now I am showing you this because right now these agents have no capability to kind of figure out latest information. It can only figure out what it has learned on the training data 2-3 years back. Because when OpenAI created ChatGPT in 2022, I believe, it's that time model we are using, right? 23 model or something. But how do we use current information? That's where we need tools. When you click on tool, okay, let me just reset this. I'll reset all of this. Now I'm going to go on tool, and in the tool, I'm going to search a node or a service or an API that can help me fetch current information. So how will we do that? Let's search for SERP API. You can see it says Google search. Now what I'm doing, I'm giving this agent an ability that can search internet. Okay, it can search open internet. Okay, let's try it out. Okay, it might ask me to install the nodes. Okay, you can see it says select credentials. So we have to get an API key from Google SERP API. Let's click on this, and I'm going to go sign in. Let's sign in with my own account. I'm just signing with Google account just to show you it's very easy. Just get an API key. It's not rocket science. Okay, you can see it says 0 out of 100 searches. Every month it gives us 100 search ability. I'll just copy this key and come back and create new credentials. And you can see it says API key. Just enter it and save. it will automatically test the key. You can see it says connection tested successfully. It's working fine. That's all. We are good. Okay, now come back. Now, if you see what we have done, we have given this agent an ability to search internet. So what I assume now, hopefully, otherwise we have to set some better prompt because prompt is also important, but we'll try it out. Let me just save this. Now, what I assume is that this model should have understanding, of internet. If I ask about Operation Sindoor, it should give me the output. Let's try it out. Uh, Tell me about Operation Sindoor, and we will see. It all has to be green, and sometimes it might take a bit of time because we just started this, but let's see. We'll try it out. So you can see this is how agent works. Even if you are doing it programmatically, it will work the similar way. Now you can see we have got the right output. Okay, we have got the current information output. Pakistan military's expenditure. You can see it here, right? The moment you saw Pakistan here, it means this is correct because we did Operation Sindoor on Pakistani's like on their place, right? Their that geography. You can see Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi Sahab remarked on operation during a conversation with US President Trump because we talked about ceasefire and stuff, right? That time. And this is the right response. And not only that, we get the correct references because this is very important because your agent is answering something, right? How do you find out that if this is the right response? You can click on this references or citations. Like in research paper, we have citations, right? Similarly, we have here. So now you see your agent has such a powerful capability, and we just built it live right now. Imagine if you can build it. You don't need any degree or AI expertise or something to build it. Very simple. Just go on N10, create your account, and you have this workflow. Take a screenshot of this. You can just add it later also. Now, let's say, and I'll probably not go into that configuration. Let's say you want to send this to your HOD email. Your HOD says that you guys have to create or you have to give me a report on Operation Sindoor as an assistant professor. Okay, you have to give me. How will you do it? Automatically email also. You can also do email. Let's click on this and click on Gmail, and you can see send a message. These are all email thing that you can do. You can get a message. You can send a message. Let's say send a message. Now here it says me select credentials, but I am just going to sign in something. Let's try it out. Okay, this is a bit tricky, but I'll try it out. If you can do it fast, we'll see. Insufficient parameters. As you can see, right? It's the windows can be closed now because I have to do some configuration on Google Cloud. Okay, of this. But let me figure out client credentials, authorization code, PKC. This should be. I will try it out with my other account. Put that. Okay, connection successful. Something wrong with my other account, but this should be fine. Yeah, this should be fine. We don't need it. Subject. Or I can just does it supports? No. Or even AI, if we do Gmail account, let me just do resource message. This is fine. This should be fine. Let's just save it. Message. Input field. Just give me a moment. Chat input. Why I can okay, just an output. That is fine. So you can also give what output you exactly want to send it in that email. Okay, and that should be fine. Now you can see it's all green. It might not work, but we'll try it out. Okay. Uh, Create a report on Operation Sindoor. and you can just send it to it. Okay, it already has in your memory. Okay, and the Gmail. So you can add n number of tools. Let's say you want to add WhatsApp, you want to add Telegram, you want to add anything. You can just add it over here. Of course, that will require a bit of configuration. You should understand a little bit of things, but yeah, it works. So you can build completely automated thing. And I have built good stuff here. I have built some high complex agent which have been used in some companies also. Okay, so you can build it. Okay, so this is how you can build an N10 agent, which is very easy to do it. Can I encourage all of you to build it? And let me go to my email to show you that I got an email also. You can see this is the email. Of course, we can make this a bit more beautify because this is a markdown format. But you are getting email now. Imagine in just 5-10 minutes, we built something. We built an AI agent that goes on internet, finds out about whatever we are asking, and sends an email to me. Okay, that's what it does. You can build complex of AI agents on NA10. Okay, or any programmatically. I'll go and show some programmatically also before I wrap up this session. But yeah, this is what it is. Okay, uh, you can do it locally. You can see we have completely done it here on cloud. Okay, we can just name it. Let's name this. I'm gonna name this. Let's say uh, FDP demo, right? And you can see you can take a screenshot, okay, of this if you want to take it, and you can just run. One more thing quickly when I am on NA10, one more thing I want to show you. Let's say you want to build an agent that every day in the morning 9 a.m. gives you take report or take news report. For that, you will not have this chat message received. You will have something called schedule trigger. You see this schedule trigger? You will have a trigger. Very simple thing. Everything will remain same. Okay, it will just remove chat trigger. Okay, and it will add every day, like let's say 9 a.m. before I'm going to university. I want to understand about. You can also give a topic. It will give you daily research on that topic, so you are prepared before you take a class. Like let's say, right? And you add that. You can see schedule trigger. You can just remove this, and you can add this thingy here. You can see this is how easy it is, and of course you have to save this. Now schedule trigger, what it means, I have given this days, ties. You can also execute right now. Okay, but this might need some more configuration. You can see simple memory. There is some error in this memory, but yeah, this is fine. No session ID found. Yeah, if I just delete this, this would work fine because that requires further configuration. Okay, this should agents JSON chat. Oh, it's not getting chat input. So yeah, this is a bit configuration that we have to do, but I think we have less time. I want to cover the code also. But yeah, we can do schedule trigger and make some prompt changes here. Here we have to do define below and give some prompt, what we want to achieve here. That's what we have to do, but this will take a little bit of time. But this is how you can build it. Okay, so I will not save it. I'll go to overview. But let's say some of you want to build this programmatically. How can we build it? Okay, so the most easiest way to build is Crew AI. Okay, come to Crew AI, and Crew AI is a multi-agent platform where we have to programmatically build it. Okay, so let me just show you here how I have built it. Okay, that and this will probably might not interest you because there are a lot of codes involved in that. What we have to do, you can see intuitively. I'll show you. We have this project folder called agents demo. In that we have a file called main.py. It's a Python file. Okay, and these are the libraries that we have installed: Crew AI and Grok. And you know how to install it. You just have to do pip install Crew AI and Grok. Or if you are using the new way of dependencies, you can do UV add Crew AI and Grok. And similar way, one that is installed, you go to main.py and I'll show you what it does. Okay, this is very simple thing. Here we are initializing which model to use. You can see we are using Llama model, which is a Llama is an LLM by Meta AI, Facebook. We are using this. And here are the things. Here are the agent we are creating. Let me show you this. We have a summarizer agent. Okay, in summarizer agent, what we are doing, we have this agent class. In that we are defining a role. What should be the role for that agent? As I said, role is important, right? So this agent role is do documentation summarizer. It has to summarize documents. Okay, then we have goal. Just very plain English that you have to define. In the goal, what we are doing, creating concise summaries of technical documentation. Okay, let's say you have a 5 pages uh, uh, question book, right, or answer book, whatever, and you want to get a summary of that. You can build this agent where backstory is. You can give a backstory about the expertise of that summarizer agent. You can see a technical writer who excels at simplifying complex concepts. This becomes one agent. Similarly, we have one more agent, which is translator agent that translates to different other languages. Okay, that's what it does, technical translator. But if you don't need translator, let's say you have summarizer, you can have an agent which will be email agent that will send email. You can also have that. Okay. Once you have defined that agents with their role and goal and backstory, we have to define the tasks for each agent. Each agent will have its own tasks, right? So you can see we have given a task like summarize this something, which I'll just ignore this. You can give anything you want. Okay. Expected output, a clear, concise summary. Everything is in plain English. Don't think that you cannot write Python programs so you can't build it. It's very simple. Just know the template, how the template of code looks like, and give everything plain English. But then here we have to give which agent should use what. So you can see agent and summarizer. So this is for this summarizer agent, these tasks. Similarly for translation. Then just this line of code to run the agent. You can see we have a crew AI. We are using crew. Crew means like which takes off, right? Crew. Okay. We are giving the agents. In agents, we are having summarizer agent and translator agents. We are giving what task it has to do, summary tasks and translation tasks. Verbose means nothing but it will show you thinking, reasoning, everything in the terminal. It looks like somebody is hacking something, right? It looks fancy. That's what verbose means. And then you have to get the result. Just print the result, final result, and you get the result. I don't have installed this. I cannot run it, but yeah, this is how you build an AI agent. There's a lot of other ways to build it. You can go to AutoGen Studio also to build AI agent. You can go through it. This is how AutoGen Studio looks like. You have LangGraph UI also to do it. If you are somebody who wants to do programmatically, you can see this is the same thing that I was showing you, on N10, very visual in nature, right? And you can build agents that you want to build it. I think I am good. Okay, I'll go back to my slides wherever it has. I don't know where it go, but that was the thank you slide. Okay, and I think we are good. You probably don't need it. But yeah, I'll pause and see if there's any questions. Okay, if anybody has any questions or if that is the format, I'm not sure. Okay, if Shravan, you are there, just let me know. Hello, am I audible? Okay, Raghuvira has asked a question. Can we create a campus FAQ system using agents? Of course, we can do. Campus FAQ, we can do it. In that case, the only thing we have to do it on N10 that you were saying. For FAQ system, you will have your own set of questions, answers, probably documents. You have to feed that document, okay, on N10. There is file uploader. You can create on file upload node, and you can upload your PDF file or Word file that has the FAQ thing, and it will create it. Absolutely, it's possible. All right. Any more questions? I will show you where you can reach out to me because I didn't presented that slide. I'll just share up quickly. If you have to reach out to me later, you can reach out to me through my LinkedIn account. Okay. Go to this LinkedIn account called Sonu Kumar, and I will give that probably. You can just go to this, or you can just go to my portfolio also. It's called sonukumar.sit, sonukumar.site. You can find out everything about me, my research papers, my journals, my ventures. I also invest in companies. I'm an angel investor. You can also find out, and I speak at a lot of events, at these conferences. So feel free to reach out, if you have any questions.